Good afternoon, Civitans, and our guests today. Also to the people who will be watching this on our internet feed for the candidate forum for the North Carolina legislature. We are honored today to have guests, all of the candidates for the House districts. What we're going to do is we're going to start with 2-minute introductions, and I think what we can do is we'll start by rotating afterwards with questions, and we'll give 60 seconds on the first question to be answered, and we'll see if that's enough time. We can add to it in subsequent questions. Senator Clark, would you like to begin with an introduction?
Thank you for the invitation today. I'd like to start. It's my opinion, as a retired career state employee, 1983, as a former member of the State Senate, 1995 through 98, and as a current candidate for Senate District 49, our state mental health crisis is a disgrace to the state of North Carolina. The General Assembly has used an unfounded excuse that funding was not available to keep Dorothea Dix, an acute care mental hospital, open, while at the same time taxpayer dollars have been spent on projects such as taxpayer dollars have been spent such as a T-Spot Museum, a fishing pier with a banquet hall. Who needs a fishing pier with a banquet hall in it? And an almost endless list of nonsensical ventures such as a failed Randy Parton Theater located in Roanoke Rapids. Many of our most vulnerable citizens in need of support and treatment are ending up as street homeless beggars, or living in highway overpass areas, or on the banks of streams, or in county jails, in state prisons. And according to an article this morning in the Raleigh News and Observer, the State Employees Association has begun a radio ad campaign against Democrat House Majority Leader Hugh Hallman of Lexington, saying he helped craft and pass a state budget that slashed tens of millions of dollars from mental health care funding, and now the state is forced to put violent mental health patients in rest homes with seniors. My time up. Thank you.
I'm going to start with a question because I think the testimony of this club, the importance of education, is absolutely crucial. Is why we give out $21,000 in scholarships to high school graduating or student graduating from each of our 7 public high schools in Buncombe County. So I think that speaks to our commitment to public education. My question is, and you each touched on education and jobs, but how do you plan to maintain continuous improvement for our public schools, community colleges, and our world-class university system?
My opinion, Washington and Raleigh should not be making the education decisions for the local communities. The first thing, in my opinion, we need to do is return control of our education systems to the local level, the local boards of education and the people. Until we do that, nothing's going to be happening positive, in my opinion.
The question would be, obviously the economy is just incredibly important. The recession that began in 2007, everyone has seemed to say that it's the deepest recession since the Great Depression. I believe that North Carolina lost 20% of its revenue, partly by losing the headquarters for Wachovia Bank, going back to California for Wells Fargo. a lot of high-paying jobs, a lot of other things that were paying in revenue into the state's budget to pay for education, to pay for economic development. The question following on that, as we come out of the recession, what is the proper role of government and what should we be doing to bring in more business to our state?
I'll start with my answer. To create jobs, and I know from experience, I operated businesses for over a quarter of a century. When my customer base begins to fall off, I don't raise taxes. I don't raise the prices of my product. I reduce taxes. I reduce unnecessary rules and regulations to encourage a business climate. And until that happens, we're not going to dig ourselves out of a $3.5 billion budget deficit. We are required to have a balanced budget. But you might be interested in knowing how the General Assembly balanced the budget this year. This was in large part with federal stimulus funds used as a backfill, and these are temporary funds that are going to expire, and that's when the windmill stops. We've got to get our house in order by creating new jobs through reducing taxes, rules, and regulations. Thank you.
But I'm going to go and give you each 90 seconds for a closing remark. I'm going to begin with Susan and go this way and then come back this way so that we...
Thank you for the opportunity to meet with you. I'm committed to a constitutionally limited government with individual and property rights, fiscal responsibility based on sound free market principles, and I'm committed to the Constitution of the United States of America and to the Constitution of North Carolina, and to follow that and let those be my guides in my decisions if I should be elected. Thank you.
And thank you to the candidates. We thank you for being here. We especially are proud because our pledge as Civitans is to vote in every election. All of our principles are based on civic involvement and support for our country and our principles. We thank you because without you and your service in all the forms that you've mentioned, this state would not be as great as it is. And that goes for the generations of people who've come before us and for all the work that this club has done and we hope to do in the future. So we ask anyone who's watching this to come join us on Tuesdays at noon at Trinity Episcopal Church. Our membership is open. We look forward to having new members, and we would look forward to you coming and visiting with us. This will be on the internet, and you're welcome to, we'll send you a link to it, and you're welcome to share it.